How do I become successful? I want it quick and I want it easy. In so many words, that's really what he said. And I was like, I'm sorry, brother. The only path is not the quick and easy. The only path is the long and hard. That is the only path. There is no quick and easy path. There is no quick and easy path to success. The only path to success in life, and that's on every level of life, financially, emotionally, physically, in relationships, it's long and it's hard. And unhappiness in life is the gap that you have between the expectations and your reality. So when you expect life to be quick and easy, and then you bump up into reality that's long and hard, that's going to create an unhappiness in your life, because unhappiness exists in the gap between expectations and reality. So come down with your expectations to the reality of living. And the reality of living is that life is a long, hard path. And that's the path that Am Yisrael are on right now. And on that path, you know what happens? It's like you want to give up. I want to go back to Egypt. I'll start making my own insane delusions. I just want the onions. I miss the onions and the cucumbers. It's like, it can't be more silly. It's like, what? Do you really want that life when you were just watching Netflix, bumming around, drinking a beer after work, and just kind of, no. It's like, wake up, bring the soul up, raise the candle up. Don't go back to falling asleep. It's like, wake up and light up. And then sometimes that highest part in you, that's what that candle is. The highest part inside us, even it sometimes wants to give up. And it's like saying, you know what? I've had enough. I'm done. And the rest of you, all the other spirits that dwell within you, are like, I don't want that guy to be the leader anymore. I want sugar. I want the easy way. And then at some point, it's like, we want to go back. We want to go back. And the Behalotcha, the Admor Zaken, the elder master, the founder of the Chabad Hasidut, in his manifesto called the Tanya, which is one of the first writings of Kabbalah and Hasidut that were brought to the masses. At the beginning of the book, in his introduction, he says, and here I introduce you to the long road, which is the short road. I could try to show you the short road, but believe me, if you try to go down the short road, it's going to be much longer. I'm going to show you the long road, but that long road is the short road. And as I was thinking about that, I go now to Minyan every single day. It's something that I haven't done since moving to the farm 4 years ago. But in order to ensure that Ari has 10 men with him so he can say the prayer for his father at the end of prayers, I go there every single morning.
And can I just interject, Jeremy? With your permission, it's true, and I appreciate that, but there were a number of days that I wrote to you and I said, Jeremy, we have a minyan, you are not needed, and you came anyways. So while I know you want to have your cake and eat it too and capitalize on it by saying you're doing it for me, so I'll feel forever indebted to you, the truth is you're doing it for Hashem because you come even when you know that there's a minyan. Go on.
Well, what has happened is because I've just blocked off that time in my day, there's no shortcuts. I'm there anyway. And I've sort of like come to appreciate that process. And so I'm just committed to coming now. Whether there isn't, for God, for Ari, I'll leave that up for grabs. I'm going. And as I was there, when we put on our Tefilin, there are verses from the prophets that we say. And there's specific verses from the book of Hosea in chapter 19, specifically verse 23. And it's one of the most beautiful verses in the Bible. It's really talking God to Israel, saying, I want you to know, I'm going to marry you, Israel, and I'm going to marry you forever, no matter what. And here's what it says. I will betroth you to me forever, ve'erastichli le'olam, and I will betroth you to me in righteousness and justice, in loving kindness and mercy. I will betroth you to me in emunah, and you shall know Hashem. And so you say that verse specifically when you wrap the tefillin around your finger. And I couldn't help but feel like I'm just wrapping this wedding ring around my finger. And I'm like, yeah, I am married. And what is that marriage? That marriage is that commitment every single day. Sometimes I feel it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't want to say anything at all. But showing up and then wrapping that tefillin and saying, no, I am committed to this no matter what. Every day you say that verse. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just want to go back to Egypt and I just want to go back to bed. Sometimes I don't want to do anything. But that daily discipline and that daily commitment, no matter what my feelings are, doing that is my freedom from Egypt. And it's like the discipline to continue on the journey to our promised land is what forges our bond with Hashem. That discipline to be endlessly compassionate and endlessly patient with our spouse, with our children. That's what forges the divine relationship that we have with our loved ones. Without discipline, you're just a slave. You're a slave to your emotions. You're a slave to your impulses. You're a slave to your body. It's the discipline of never giving up and committing yourself to the Torah. That is the only freedom. And that's the holy bond between us and the divine. That's why we were brought out of slavery from Pharaoh. And then we went directly to Sinai to receive a whole new rules and regulations. It's like we went from one slavery to another. Why not just let us wander around the desert? We were freed from slavery, wandering the desert, but that's not free. Wandering around the desert isn't freedom. That's just another form of slavery, like a leaf blowing in the wind. A leaf is not free. Choosing to align your life with the ultimate good in you and around you, that's the freedom that our soul wants. That's our soul totally unshackled from all of the klipot and all of the layers.